Okay. What's up, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to a Monday edition of Morning Scone presented by Brock, the Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic Parish Construction and Roofing. If you need an orthopedic, go to Brock. You need a roof, you call Parish. Unique Physique, uniquephysique.com. Restored Motions, restoredmotions.com. And On Fire Athletes, platform powered by GameCoin. Okay, what up, everybody? Fixing my little, so I had to break out the sweaters. It's 50 degrees in Baton Rouge. Shouldn't say sweaters, long sleeves. It's 50 degrees in Baton Rouge this morning because, of course, it is. We always get one more, don't we? We always get that one final cold snap. Always seems to work that way. Okay, y'all. Happened on Sunday while we were on air. Marquel Sutton picked the Tigers. He has now signed, so it is official. Tigers have added 5 players already via the transfer portal. I think made some calls yesterday. I think they're very likely going to look to maybe add one more. And I think maybe the most interesting part of all of it is we look toward the roster. Remember, next year, the most interesting thing is that we're actually talking about basketball, which we didn't for the entire season, but it goes to show you how remarkable what they've done in this portal cycle is. What money can do. But remember, next year, college basketball can go to 15 scholarships. It does not sound like LSU is going to do that. And it doesn't sound like most teams are going to do that. There seems to be a consensus that when you look at revenue share, the most efficient way of dividing your revenue is not by adding players to get to 15. It's not that they can't afford scholarships or anything. But if you're capped on rev share, so you only have X amount of money to divide among your roster, the more players you add, the smaller piece of the pie each player gets. So I think, like, how do you maximize efficiency with like 11 to 13 as opposed to going all the way to 15? So right now, Jalen Reed, Robert Miller, Curtis Givens, those 3 are back. You got the 3 freshmen coming in, so it puts you at 6. And then you got 5 transfers right now, which puts you at 11. That's 11, and I think they'll add one more. I think they'd like to add a depth piece, either a 2 guard or a 3, a wing, to give them a little more depth. Not necessarily a starting caliber player there, but put another body and some depth on the wing. So, good morning. Anyway, okay, so Sutton's a 6'9" forward. Led the Summit League last year, was a player of the year, averaged 19 and 8. I mean, you're talking about a dude that you expect to come in immediately and be a major contributor for you. So good news for the Tigers. And basketball national championship is tonight. Terrible to see Dawn Staley lose so badly yesterday, wasn't it? Just awful to see something like that. Y'all know I am not a pull for the conference person. I'm not pulling for South Carolina yesterday just because they were in the SEC. I'm not pulling for Florida tonight because they're in the SEC. I pull for LSU. And South Carolina winning or Florida winning does nothing to benefit LSU at all. I do not want those programs to have success, so I hope Houston wins tonight, and I will be very much cheering against Florida. Hey, Christian, good morning. Hey, back-to-back Christians. What's going on, man? Getting there, man. Usually when I have an episode like I did last Monday, it's been a week now, but usually it's about 2 weeks till I feel like I'm kind of back to normal. So, but I'm up and moving, and mornings are always honestly the toughest because you lay still at night, and so it gets really tight and sore. But we're getting there. Cliff, what's good, man? Make defense great again. Good morning. Abner, good morning. Hey, Thomas. Chilly morning everywhere. Crazy. There's always one, right? Hey, Nicholas, good morning. I was thinking about this too. Hey, Bubba. So y'all remember like the first midweek game of the season for baseball was the game that was supposed to be at Nichols, remember? And the weather was cold and rainy and it was like 30 degrees. And so they're like, we're not playing this. So they moved it. They're like, let's move it to April. They had an opportunity to get it there. So they're going to play it tomorrow. And the low tomorrow is 44 degrees. It's not going to be nearly as cold or bad conditions as it would have been had they played it a month ago, or I guess 2 months ago, 6 weeks ago. But still. Hey, Z Taylor, 1993, just had crawfish Saturday. It's 50 this morning. Welcome to Louisiana. And no saying you can't have crawfish when it's cold out there, man. I mean, they start making crawfish in February, don't they? Hey, Dale, good morning. Brian Wynn, good morning. Okay, Kelly Gross, good morning from Seville, Spain. I know I didn't say that right. I don't think it's Seville. It's maybe like Seville. From Seville, España. Good morning, Kelly. Love that. Hope you're having a great, great time. All right. Hey, Chance, may have spoken too early on Michael Early. Hope this weekend was an anomaly. Yes, so for those who don't know, Michael Early is the head coach of the Texas A&M baseball team. Most of you probably do know that. Texas A&M, excuse me. Texas A&M went and took 2 out of 3 from Tennessee this weekend. So in game 1 on Friday, they get a run ruled and no hit. 7-inning, no hitter, mercy rule, 10-0. They come back on Saturday, A&M does, wins a doubleheader. And the second game was like 17-6. I mean, they blew the door off. Anyway, I'm with you. It's the concern is that A&M's got talent. That's undeniable. I mean, that team, their boosters opened up their checkbooks to make sure that they retained all the players after Schlossnagle left. And so they retained all that talent, and they have just not been good. They haven't hit a lick. But for a weekend anyway, it came together against Tennessee. So the LSU's got to go to College Station next month. So we shall see. Was that going to be still? Would that be in May? They go. LSU goes Auburn, Bama, Tennessee at A&M, Arkansas, South Carolina. I believe it's at South Carolina. Hey, Brian Jones. Good morning. How did Kalaj Cobbins look? Seems like he's buried on the depth chart. I know you're pretty high on him. Yeah, I think you might have asked me that once before, Brian. Yeah, I mean, he's buried right now. I mean, they went and brought in, and candidly, and they were off practice this last week, so there was no availability. We haven't seen them, so there was nothing to say. They were off for spring break. And when we are out there, their practice, the defense is on the far field where they have us kind of set up this year. So it used to be we could walk the sideline and go to either field and see what we wanted to see. Now we're perched on this balcony. And so, like, when the defense is on the far field, it's just really hard to see them. But I like Kalaj Cobbins, man. I think he is a really talented guy off the edge, and I think he's going to be a really good player. But when you go out and you add 3 players at that position that are all veterans, and then he already had Relaford ahead of him, reps are going to be hard to come by this year. Gregory Gordy, good morning. Hunter Broadhead, good morning. No-go Gators. Down the bowl. Patrick Gamoggan. Looks like y'all had a great time at St. Jude Fair. Drew and I went for a couple hours on Saturday. Erica was there the whole weekend. She's on the fair committee, so she's there like literally from start to finish the whole weekend. But Drew and I went for a couple hours on Saturday. He got to ride some rides, and we ate some good food and all that stuff. So yeah, man, a good time. It's always a nice, good community event, and enjoy going. Congrats to everybody on a great event. Hey, Rocky. Morning, Matt. Who are the top 3 teams in SEC baseball after the weekend? Also, who has the best Friday night guy? Jerry, good morning. Everybody looked good in the Sox uniform yesterday. Blew the door. I was watching that game last night. Blew the doors off the Cardinals. Bregman was awesome last night. Homer to dead center. Rocky, back to your question about the best teams in the SEC. I still believe that the best team in the SEC right now is Arkansas. I think Arkansas, LSU, Tennessee are the best in the league. Now, Georgia offensively has been amazing this year. This weekend, they scored a total of 8 runs. So they really got handcuffed. And oddly, the thing about Georgia is Wes Johnson, the former LSU pitching coach, is their head coach. You would think they'd be good on the mound. They're not. That's been their Achilles heel, but they've bashed the baseball. So what this weekend showed and maybe exposed a little for a team like Georgia is if you have to go win a game like LSU did 3-1 or 2-0, like, are you capable? And I don't know that Georgia is. LSU is. Arkansas is. Tennessee is. To the question about who's the best pitcher in the league, man, it's hard to argue against Cade Anderson after this weekend. A complete game shutout on the road against a top 10 team. I think Liam Doyle from Tennessee is awesome. Ryan Prager still at A&M. You're kind of splitting hairs here at the top, but I mean, with Anderson, especially being that he's from the left side and he's throwing, 95, 96, like he might actually be my choice. I'm not sure I would have said that before this past weekend, but complete game shutout on the road against a top 10 team, knowing you got that in your arsenal, yeah. Pretty good. Thank you, Tigers, for bringing home the wins this weekend and the cold. Hey, Mark, good morning. Yeah, UConn blew out South Carolina. Tiger Poppy, Brett DeGrow, good morning. Have the Gators in my bracket. I'll go Houston. Never pulled for the conference. In our ESPN bracket, Hester and I were tied for the lead, and I had 3 of the Final Four teams, but my championship game was Duke Auburn, and they both lost. And Hester has Florida winning it all, so Hester is going to win our bracket challenge, which meant respect for Hester picking Florida. As much as that dude hates Florida, I mean, you know he was telling you straight up what he felt. All right, hang on one second, y'all.
Parish Construction and Roofing. At Parish, we've got you covered. From the top of your roof, all the way down. Parish Construction and Roofing. Parish built. Parish built. Parish built. From your hometown. ParishBuilt.com.
All right. Parish Construction and Roofing. Remember, if you need an orthopedist, you go to Brock. If you need a roof, you call Parish. For Brock, remember the game day prep event is coming up on May the 10th. You can sign up, brortho.com. Athletes grades 6 through 12, free physicals. Make sure they sign up. And we are giving away 10 Jeepers over at Parish Construction and Roofing, ParishBuilt.com, ParishBuilt.com. All you do is sign up for a free no obligation roofing inspection. Go to Parish Construction and Roofing, ParishBuilt.com. Hey, Dad, good morning. Mark Allen, what a session. Chance, 40 and Sal, you over in San Antonio, huh? Didn't know you were in San Antonio. I love San Antonio. Man, Eric and I visited there a few times. One of our best friends lives there. I think you probably mentioned that to me actually before, Chance. But have a great time when we go to San Antonio. Hey, Tim, good morning. Rocky, curious where Locked On LSU ranks currently. Seems like it's doing well with the live after baseball games. Yeah, so they break it down into audio and YouTube, so audio and video. Audio this month, we were 3 with an asterisk. So Auburn's 1. Zach does a great job. We were 2 last month, but we're 3 this month. Locked On College Basketball went up to 2, and I went to 3. YouTube, I think I'm like maybe 6 on YouTube. On the college channel, I'd have to go check, but I'm doing great. Doing great. And if you blend the 2, I think I'm 2 behind Zach. Do you have a projection on the starters on offense? Really hard to say, Brian. Specifically on the offensive line, for example. So Josh Thompson just showed up last Saturday, the Northwestern transfer. So they're assuming he's going to start. They'd like for him to start at one of the guard spots, but we'll see. And boy, they're just so freely rotating at receiver. Like if you made me guess, I'd probably say the incumbents probably get the first look. Like Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton, Xavier Thomas would probably be out there for the first reps. But man, dude, they are rotating so freely at receiver. It's just, I think you're going to see all those guys interchangeably all season long, man. But if they had to go play a game today, I bet they would just go with the veterans because they've been there. Mark Allen, how does the recession affect college sports? I don't know that it does. Hey, Ben, good morning. Hope to see Guidry against Auburn this weekend. Me too. Hey, Hector, we're headed to Baton Rouge for the Alabama opener on the 17th. Can't wait to see Anderson on the mound. That's awesome, man. Oh, got you, Ben. Yeah, Hector, I hope y'all enjoy the game, man. Hope y'all enjoy the series. How about Auburn? I didn't see what the game. I need to check the scores from yesterday. I didn't see how game 3 of Auburn and Bama went. So Arkansas, Texas are 11-1, LSU 10-2. I hate the SEC's website, by the way. I think is very not user-friendly. So Vanderbilt beat Florida, State beat South Carolina, Arkansas blew out Missouri, Texas beat Georgia 4-3. Guess everybody was avoiding weather on Saturday, huh? Alabama ought to play the doubleheader too, so Auburn won that series. Okay. All right, y'all. Hey, Brent, good morning. Tiger Diver, you said Locked On collectives will go away with rev share. How does that happen? Hey, Stephen Miller, good morning. John Mangus, good morning. So I don't know what you mean. How does it happen? Effectively, you can no longer, I guess collectives can stick around, but you can no longer, when revenue share goes into place, when the House settlement is approved, and that's expected later this month, every NIL deal will have to go through the clearinghouse, which will be managed independently by Deloitte. So collectives will no longer be allowed to just pay for play guised as NIL. Like the collective can't just give a player $500,000 or $1 million and the deliverable is, oh, well, here, sign an autograph and show up at an event. Like it has to be fair market value as determined by Deloitte. So the role that the collectives have filled for the last 4 years eventually becomes nullified. Athletes will still be able to do true NIL deals, but it will be true NIL deals that are overseen by the clearinghouse. So for any deal over $600, the clearinghouse has to say, yes, this is like, here's what we're paying. Here's the deliverable. Is this fair market value for this player doing this thing? And they say yes or no. So the point being, like, you couldn't go give your backup quarterback $450K and have the collective sign that check. You know what I mean? So that stops, which is why you're seeing all the front loading of contracts right now, because all of these collectives have all this cash right now that they may not be able to spend after July 1. And so they're burning it now. Like, just load up the roster and front load deals. Effectively to say, we'll give you all this money up front for what's coming. And then because it's all been front loaded, when you have the $20.5 million for rev share, I've actually been told the number is going to be higher than $20.5 million. Then you can start to either use that to front load deals for the following year. So you're always playing ahead, right? It could help other sports. So that probably is confusing to a lot of people, but it makes sense in my head. And I've just talked about it and explained it for a long time, but I hope that makes sense. Steven, yeah, man, no overthinking it on this day. It's K, just above the two you mentioned. I mean, complete game shutout on the road against the top 10 team is that's a pretty powerful statement, man. With 14 strikeouts. He was awesome, man. Awesome. Hey, good Thomas. Rex, good morning. Thomas, looking forward to seeing the Tigers face off against Sammy Dutton. Yeah, man, that's true. So Dutton is on the staff over there at Auburn now. So LSU will go against her former teammate. Hey, Michael Cook, good morning. Barry Day, Jason Walker, good morning, everybody. Hey, Guy Brooks, good morning. Brian, where does LSU rank after the sweep this weekend? If you're talking about where they'll be in the rankings, like the actual like D1 or Baseball America rankings, I don't know. I think they were 7 this week, and a lot of it depends on what happens ahead of you. Like, Tennessee lost the series to A&M, so do they drop? Do you move up ahead of them? Probably. I don't know, man. There's probably not a sport where the rankings matter less than college baseball. There's 3 different sets of rankings. Nobody really knows which one to subscribe to, so to speak. And your ranking just doesn't matter a lick when it comes time for the committee to hand out bids. So somewhere in the top 10, somewhere in the top 7. I guarantee they're not going to drop out a set below 7 after sweeping Oklahoma. Hey, Bill, good morning. Thank you, Bill. Very kind of you, man. I appreciate you for being there. Hey, Bob, any more news in the off-campus arena? I believe we will hear something about that very, very soon. Very soon. Candidly, I'd like to break that story. And so I don't want to spill the beans right now. But me just saying this would probably have people scurrying to go find out. But yes, I do personally, based on all the conversations I've had over many, many, many months, I do believe the new arena project is going to happen. I believe that. And I think we are going to have progress in very, very, very short order. So stay tuned. Spurge, good morning. Brian Wynn. Matt, what changes do you think would refine the portal process so that coaches don't have to recruit a new team every year? Any restrictions or limitation of transfers? No, I would let everybody transfer every year if they want to. I am not in any way sympathetic to millionaire coaches that have to build their roster each year. Don't care. Every student at a school can leave every year if they want. Why should a student athlete be any different? You're on a 1-year scholarship. A coach can purge you from his roster if he wants. Why should we hold the student athlete to a different standard? If a coach doesn't want you back, they cannot renew your scholarship and you're off the team year to year. But if the student athlete wants to go seek a better opportunity for him or herself, they can't do that. What? Because it would be inconvenient for millionaire coaches. Get out of here. I get it. Hey, Trey, good morning. A lot of people don't agree with me on that, but I am hard and fast. And the problem is because, I shouldn't say the problem, the difference is most people only care about their team winning. Like, all you care about is you want to see LSU win. Now, I want to see LSU win, but I also can understand and respect, like, there has to be, an equitable situation for the athlete, for the coach, for everybody. And locking a player into a long-term situation at a school when the coach, by the way, can leave whenever he wants, or she, take another job, whatever. I mean, Bo Davis goes and recruits the signing class, and like 2 weeks later, he's coaching the Saints. That's okay. But the student athlete has to be locked into a long-term. Get out of here. I'm not just criticizing you for the question. I'm just saying universally the mindset. So, no, I'm just not sympathetic at all to a coach that has to go build a roster every year because people leave. Don't coach. Get out of it. Brian Jones, Matt, you see a situation where Bryce Underwood goes into the portal after realizing Michigan wasn't the best choice. Maybe. I mean, if he goes there and he stinks, maybe. I don't think he'll stink, but sure. We've seen 5-star quarterbacks go in the portal. Bill, just download the SEC football schedule grid chart. Looks like there are a couple of other interesting games fight LSU Clemson, such as Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Florida State. Oh, in the first week, yeah. Just remember, Bill, like the networks are going to divide that up to where you'll end up with different games and different TV windows. Remember, LSU's been playing all these Sunday games to open the season. I don't know if that's going to happen with the Clemson game. Because remember, it's a Clemson home game. It's not an LSU home game. And it's not a neutral site. It's a Clemson home game. So the ACC television contract comes into play there. Hey, Patrick. We got to go. Good morning. Love I found locked on LSU. Could follow my favorite team in Maine. Okay. My dad and I go to a football game once a year. Would like to stop by the cigar bar side. That'd be awesome, man. Patrick, make sure you do that, man. Patrick from Maine. I love it, dude. Thank you so much for being there. Very much appreciated. How early can a player do an NIL deal? Certain states allow high school athletes to do NIL deals. Louisiana is one of them. And it's been sort of a follow suit thing where other states did it. So like Louisiana approved the law to allow high school NIL as well. For example, Duplessis Pool Builders, who's a sponsor in AFR, did an NIL deal with Harlem Berry last fall. And I mean, just very candidly, a big part of that is the programs want to encourage businesses to do true NIL deals with high school athletes to help get and hold their commitments while they're still in high school. Hey, Deborah, good morning. Last one, Phil. Is Colin Hurley practicing or is he done? He's not done. He's just not with the team presently. He's home in Jacksonville. Had the car wreck, rehabbing. I was told physically he's doing awesome. And I was told last week they do expect him back. So obviously not there this semester, but they do expect him back. So hopefully I would assume back in June for June workouts. But yes, they do expect Colin Hurley back. All right, let's get out of here, y'all. I got to go. Y'all have a great day. Please smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Facebook, like the page, share the post. All of our sponsors, as always, linked in the description on YouTube, tagged on Facebook, locked on LSU's Live. We'll see you for AFR 3. Peace. I'm out of here.